Bastille, welcome up here at the open air Lumnezia. The soundtrack of your journey will be probably, it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll, because it's a real long way up here.
It was a long way, a long winding road through a thunderstorm.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was fine. It was so weird because you come up and then you drive around the top above the festival, and as you come in, it's so beautiful. Then you look down and go, wow, it's just there. And then you drive down, and yeah, it's really cool. But it's really out of the way.
It's out of the way. Is it something special for you guys to play an open air? We call it open air, not a festival in Swiss German. Up here in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the mountains.
I was thinking about the fact that we are lucky we get to play a lot of festivals, and often you know, you're so taken aback by the crowd that you don't really notice where you are, and often they're quite flat festivals as well. So to be somewhere where you're like so aware of the sort of vastness of the nature and everything is I'm really excited. Even if it's pouring with rain, it's going to look beautiful.
The weather forecast is not that bad. There's no flat part on the whole festival, I guess, even on the camping place.
That must be such a fucking challenge for the people setting it up.
You on stage, climbing up and down.
Yeah.
The stage is flat. Good. You brought a real big stage with yourself, so with big screens, a whole visual show. Is it made by you, the visual show?
I hand built the triangle myself. Kyle was my assistant.
Yeah, I assisted on all the productions. I mean, we've got like a whole big team who kind of work on it, and it's kind of a mixture of stuff from videos and photo shoots and stuff, and it's all because it's all trying to encapsulate sort of the sort of new theme and sort of the new album kind of stuff. That's kind of what we're pushing.
You're talking about new album. When is it coming out?
I don't know. In the future of life. We're sort of just finishing it at the moment and releasing music and just having a lot of fun with it. You know, it's been really nice to stop this year and make a record kind of properly. And it's very, very nearly done, but it's I guess we're just trying to enjoy the process of making an album, because that's what we think is like such an important form. But at the same time, you know, the way that people listen to music has changed so much, and we just want to be releasing songs and kind of rolling with that. So yeah, it's good, but like we're sort of gearing up to release the album.
But it's still an album and not an EP or song by song, or was it?
We've got an album coming. We have a mixtape coming. We have a live album coming. Like we have lots of music coming and a bunch of singles as well. So yeah, I mean, that's a really long sprawling answer, sorry, but I think we've had a really fucking great time making loads of music, and we're just super excited to get it out, you know, and not, you know, and to put a bit of focus on each bit of it.
There's one song from you guys, and I'm a child of the 80s, and you took two 90 songs. This Rhythm is a Dancer thing, and what else is it in it? It's Rhythm is a Dancer and...
Rhythm of the Night.
Yeah. There's so many good songs out of the 90s. Why did you take these two?
We picked the two best and put them together. Yeah. So Dan didn't know that they were two different songs. He just thought there was one song, and then I think someone kind of pulled him up on it, and like he was singing it, and it was like, you know, you realise that's two different songs. And Dan was like, well, I'm going to make it one then in that case and prove everyone wrong. And and then it all kind of went from there. And
that cover came from these mixtapes that we did a few years ago before our first album. And the whole point of the mixtapes was to take songs that, you know, songs from like when we were little and way before, and completely reinterpret them and flip them on their heads, because I think a lot of that music from the 90s, which was kind of dance music and before our time, but some of the lyrics are kind of really interesting and poetic and really sad, and so we thought it would be interesting to just show them in a new light. And the point of the mixtapes was to kind of have fun with pop culture and mix in film soundtracks with film quotes and other songs people wouldn't expect us to sing. I think the whole point of those mixtapes was just to have a bit of fun with doing versions of songs people are like, why are you doing that? You know, like us singing No Scrubs, or like What Would You Do by City High. Like the whole point was just to find this music that hits that part of your brain where you can like remember it and it's not nostalgic, but not necessarily because you were a fan of it at the time, but just because you heard it so much.
Yeah, it's in your brain.
Yeah, exactly. And there's so much of music is like that, obviously. We all have the stuff that we love, and then there's the stuff that you can't avoid. And
If you hear it on the radio, you start moving anyway. That's another thing, talking about your music. You brought out a new video just a few months ago, and I've been checking YouTube. And the comments underneath, they were just talking about your new haircut and not about the music.
Yeah.
That's strange.
I mean, it was a big deal in the Bastille camp when Danny got his haircut. No, I don't know. I guess, yeah, it's a shame sort of when you put a lot of time and effort and like, you know, like a lot of people and like from the writers, directors, producers, everyone who sort of made the video, and then it comes out and everyone cares more about Dan shaving his hair off than what actually was happening.
I also kind of feel like that with the YouTube comment section, you can't take it seriously.
Yeah.
Like it's only a place for people to. It's like that corner of the internet where people say the worst stuff.
Yeah.
And where it's basically the sentence equivalent of like memes over and over and over again. And so like, I think it's probably quite funny, but yeah. I mean, it would be nice if everyone was offering a beautiful critical review of like the cinematography, but I don't. Yeah.
That was just, you probably got a good sponsorship with your hairdresser now. I don't know. That could be possible.
Yeah.
You made it by your own. Or you did it.
I mean, we now just have clippers on tour and we all just do it. There we go. You can have one, you can have some.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm ready for a haircut from you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. Isn't it good? Thank you.